Oklahoma's senators say they oppose the new immigration bill now before the U.S. Senate. Republican Senators Tom Coburn and Jim Inhofe say the legislation offers no real promise of border security. Coburn and Inhofe add the measure allows the U.S. Department of Homeland Security to determine when to grant citizenship to millions of illegal immigrants. The Senate is expected to spend weeks on amendments and debates. Joining me now with more on the legislation is Washington Bureau Chief Chris Casteel. Chris, thanks for joining us today.
You bet, Dave.
Chris, what are other concerns that Coburn and Inhofe are raising?
Well, it's mainly the border security provisions, Dave, and a lot of Republicans, are voicing some of the same objections to the way the bill is structured. And, it gives Homeland Security a lot of money, tells it to build a fence. And but it also allows the Homeland Security Department to basically certify when the border is secure, and that doesn't mean 100% secure. Nobody can get in, but they get to set the criteria for when the border is secure, and then certify that. And at that point, that would trigger this lengthy path to citizenship for the people who are here illegally. So that's really the main concern is that you don't legalize people who are here illegally until you can secure the border, and they don't want any kind of process like that start until they feel like the border truly is secure.
Chris Casteel is joining us via Skype this morning from the Washington Examiner's newsroom. And Chris, I'm assuming this is a party line situation. What are the Democrats saying about the proposal?
It's mostly party line, Dave. I mean, there are some Democrats, a handful of Democrats who, may not wind up voting for this bill. And there's, a small number of Republicans right now who would probably vote for the bill. A lot of Republicans actually voted yesterday to at least advance the bill to the point where they can debate it. They can start amending it and discuss it. That doesn't mean, there were overwhelming votes yesterday among both parties to get the bill, moving through the process. But right now, I think it's mainly a Republican objection about the border security provisions. There will be an amendment or more, but there's one main amendment from Texas Senator John Cornyn that will strengthen this border security part. The Democrats are mainly talking about how this bill will help the people who are already here, established families, like the children of illegal immigrants, who are in college or even in the military. This bill will allow them to stay here legally. So basically, Democrats are talking about, the broken system, the broken immigration system that needs to be reformed in this country, and that this is the bill that could finally fix that system. The President Barack Obama yesterday urged the Senate to pass it. It's not a perfect bill, but it's better than the system we got. Let's move.
And that focus would be on the families of those existing immigrants. Chris, you touched on this a little bit. Let's talk about it a little more. We're in the early phase of these discussions, but what are some of the proposed amendments?
Well, again, you'll have border security amendments. Senator Inhofe has some amendments regarding English language. I mean, they're not ones on the English language that would have much effect. I mean, it's the whole official language debate about English. He also has an amendment that tries to deal with this problem of when illegal immigrants are detained by federal authorities and who want to deport them, but the receiving country won't take them. What can you do? I mean, you have to release them after a certain amount of time, even if they might be potential criminals. And Inhofe wants to give the federal authorities, more leeway to hold these detainees for longer. So I think we'll see a whole slew of amendments, weeks of them, really, probably up until the July 4th break.
Weeks of amendments and debates ahead of us. Chris Casteel, thanks so much for your time today.
Glad to do it, Dave.
How is summertime in D.C. going so far?
Oh, not so bad. We got a lot of rain the other day, but not anywhere near the weather that you guys have experienced. I'm sorry for everything that's hit there.
We have had our extreme dose of weather, no doubt, but it appears we're in the typical Oklahoma groove at this point for summer. Chris, again, thanks for your time. We appreciate it.
All right, Dave.
More coverage from Chris Casteel can be found in the Oklahoman and on newsok.com. It's immigration. It's a hot-button issue, and it always gets a lot of traffic on our website. So again, stay with us for the latest information.